Hey everyone, Musmida here. So this will be continuing on Bricks course. This will be about the section, container and block and div and the style in these elements, and we will be building we're going to build a header and a hero section. So we'll get the idea about how to style, how to use a flex and grid and all these such stuff. So we will start by building our header. So go here. Okay, have assigned a header, but let's go to WordPress. You go here to bricks and templates, and let's trash this one. Let's add a new template here, and let's name it header. You select a header from here and you hit publish, so it's assigned as a header in the site. So we hit edit with bricks, and the header will be in all the it's default in it will be visible on all pages. You can modify it here to make it appear in certain pages other than other pages, so like front page, like you want individual page, you can choose from here. I don't have pages right now, so it will be automatically in entire website. So let's start building. So here we talked about this plus sign. These are the elements of bricks. Here in the templates you get different ones here, but you don't give it so we go down here, and here's the layout. We have a section and a container and a block and a div. Here are the basics like texts and icons and images and videos elements, and here the general. We will go through all of these in other tutorials, so we will start by adding the section. The section, when we go to the site, you will see like chapters when you scroll down, things like that. So every chapter in the site, like hero section and about us chapter and like services down on the site, so all of these will be wrapped separately in sections. So we add, first thing we do in to wrap it up, we wrap it in parents in sections. So when we hit the section in bricks, you get automatically the container with it. So here's the section, it's got full width here and the container inside of it. Okay, so we go select the container and the section and the block and the div. They all have all the same except for the HTML tag. Here is section. It's important to select the right tag for better SEO. Here is the div. Container is just a div here, and it's in default will be in flex, even the section here in flex. So here's we have the flex layouts. You can wrap it, you can make it row, you can make it column, reverse it and assign. You can align the main axis and align cross, and we can give the gap for columns and row for the children, and flex row. We will go through all of these. So we added the section, comes with it the container, and we will make a 2-column with blocks. So when we want to add block to be child of container, so we go select it, container, and go here to plus sign, and you can name here something like block. Okay, we can go this way. Here's block, and we add another block inside of the container, and you see here it's row. So when we hit this horizontal row, it's give us a column 50-50. So we will want to add like elements here. We select this and we add the elements right here, and we can add another elements here in the other column, but we will not going to do this in this header. So just give you a quick view on the block and the parent and child relationships. So here we want in the header, it's always there's an icon here or a logo of the site, and here will be the menu or right here, and we got another button here for contact or get started or whatever it is. Just 3 like columns, but first we're going to hit the plus sign, add a heading here. Heading, it's replacing the logo because we don't have the logo here. Just show you, you can type here and make it like a logo for the site. So we will name it Bricks Course. Okay, and here's a heading. It normally comes with H3 tag. Each one, it's got the sizing default in Bricks. I didn't change anything in the theme or style manager, so we'll leave it to H3. And we will add the menu here. We set menu, or you can go down to it. So menu, where does it go? This is a nav nestable, and there's another nav, but I recommend to use the nav nestable here. It's the menu. Why this is better than the default nav menu? Because this gives you more stuff to like style individual elements inside of it and give it like a mega menu and stuff like that. So we will go through it again in other tutorials, but right now we're going to use the nav nestable. When we add it here, we add it inside of the container. You can see here these are the menu. We'll give it, let me give we select this section and we will give it a padding. So we hit the layout and style, and you go here and you see the padding. We will give it something like 20, maybe 30. And here's to assign it to the opposite of it, like top, and make it bottom. You can say this link, give us the opposite. So when we write here like 15, and you can make it an all. Right now we need 30. Okay, give it a padding, and we will go, here's the container, here is the section. So let's go to the content here. It's a flex, so we give it, let's make it space between, so it gives it space between the logo and the nav menu. So as you can see, and make it center, so it's line in center. Okay, so far so good. So here's the nav menu and got elements inside of it, so we don't going to use this time a drop down, so we're going to delete it, and we hit the duplicate here to add another nav link. So we go here, it's about, let's add here services, and let's add here contact. Okay, and the why I said we can use the nestable, because we can add another nav links and we can style it and do like it's give us a bit of space of free. Well, we can add another element inside of it, and then it will going to show up in the menu. So going to use basic text here for the button. Okay, let's name it get started. Okay, and you see here it's got nice with the nav menu nestable. Let's name it button, and let's style let's give this section here, select the section, and we hit the style, and we go to the background here, and we can give it a gray or black color, and we can come here in the container. It's the parent of all these elements, so you can go here, typography, and you can change the color, and it will go through all the children's. I don't recommend doing these steps, but if it's going to change like all one color or something you want to apply on all the children, you can use this this step. So here's the break course, here the logo, name it logo. Okay, and let me okay, so right now we want to style the nav links, so we hit the nav nestable here, the parents of these children, and Bricks give you here top level item. You can style the nav links here, so we can change the size to 1.8 rem. The rem is basically, I use it a lot, and it's basically like you see here 1.8 rem. Bricks give you, like you said, 18 pixel. It's the same, but I recommend using rem. Simple math, you can hit 1.8, it means 18, and you hit rem. So this is a better way, show you that you are more prof and used a lot on calc, and we'll go through this also in future lessons, but I recommend using the rem other than pixel. As you can see here, it's 1.8 rem. Okay, and another thing, we can hit the parent. As I said, you want something to go to all the children, so you hit change the font family. So let's say like enter. It's not the best way, but for the sake of beginner guide here, we're going to use these, and we'll go through that. We can change it through the font manager and all these stuffs in future lessons too. So we go back to the nav heel, and let's give it a bit of weight, like 500. Okay, and let's recolor it. Okay, and we can give the active here if there's pages. When we hit the page and you go through the about, when you're inside the page of about, it stays active, so you can change the color from here. But I don't have yet created the pages, so we will go through it. And we can hit the button here. If you remember, set HTML tag, you must sign it for the right tag. So button here, we don't have button. There's people who use span here, but I prefer using button custom tag. Okay, see here it changed to like a background, give it a background and all of stuff. So we go to the layouts here in style, and we add the padding here. So we give it something like 2 rem. No, that's a lot, like 1.5 rem. Sign the opposite, and here's 2 rem. Okay, and let's give it a bit of radius here to give it modern style. So we go to, in the style, we go to the border, and through the border you see here border radius down here. So let's give it something like 1.2 rem and assign it to all the rounds. And go to the font. Let's give it a size of 2 rem and a weight of 500, 600. Let's leave it at 500. It's better. Okay, let's see. Check. You see here we get really good looking simple header, but you get the idea here. So it didn't take that much from us. Can do it like very fast. So here's the nav links, and here's the logo, and here's the button. So if you want to make a hover here, it's pretty simple. So we go to the button here, and we go to the CSS in the style, and go down to transition and give it like 0.2 seconds, and we hit the selector here, the mouse here, mouse icon, and hit the hover. Okay, and we go to the background, and we can change the color that we want to change. You can change a lot of stuff here. You can change the size, and you can change the background, and you can add in the hover like border. But right now, let's make it simple, and we going to change just the background, and maybe okay, let's change background, and maybe leave it just as it is right now. Let's see here. As you can see, we did the hover. You can do this to the nav links, so we can go to the nav nestable, and we do the same here, but transition, it's right here. Okay, so we give it 0.2 seconds, and we go the same here to the hover and typography, and we can change it to yellow, and we hit save. It will assign to all, because all of these are on this parent. So we will go here, see, got a nice hover yellow color. Okay, so this is for the header, and let's check the phone. Let's do it really quick here. So you see, when we hit the mobile landscape, it's got this toggle. Okay, so how we can style it? So if you want to see this toggle, so we go here, mobile menu, and keep it open while styling. This is the inside of the mobile menu. So let's style it really quick here. So we can add off canvas here, but we're going to make it simple again, and we will going to use this nav nestable for mobile. Let's make it 100%, and the height will be 100%. Okay, I prefer to, let's go down here, and we can, here the background, we can change it to like black. Okay, let's make it center. Stuff will be center. Let's give it a gap of, we can make the gap padding drop down, something like that. I don't want to use this, so I always close the open button. This one, I always remove this. Okay, we don't really need it. And we hit the nav items here. You can give the row here. Let's make it 3 rem. Okay, let's make the nav links here big, so it looks nice. So we go to typography and make it like 2.5 rem. Okay, and this will go through all the menu, the mobile menu. So the thing I use here, so we hit the toggle here, open, and we will make it for the open and close. So how we do that, we go to the style to make it visible here, and we go to the layout, and you see here is the index. It's 0 by default, so we make it 999, and you see here still, let's change animation to close, and yep. Okay, this is just simple and really quick here. Let's get the idea here. So you see here, let's check it, and let's make like iPhone here, and you see here it's really nice, responsive. Okay, and you want to see you see it's on the desktop view. So this is for the header. Let's make our hero section. From here, okay, let's go for the hero section, and we'll get the idea of the layouts and for blocks and div and stuff like that, and we will going to use the grid and the flex for the we're going to make two different hero sections. So we go to the dashboard here and we hit all pages. Okay, let's edit. So this is the page. We assign the header. You see it appears here. So as we said in a few minutes, if you want to add a chapter here or section, we hit the section here, or you can add it here. Bricks give it to you. You can go to the layout and stuff, but I recommend you go to the section to make it more organized. So we hit the section. You see here we got the container again and the section. Let's give the section a padding. It's better, it will be between 70 and 100. Let's make it in between, so 85. Okay, 85. Okay, so this is the container. Right now we will make a hero section like without a photo or image. So we hit again the container to make a children for it. So what we use, block or div. These are the same here, just the block have a flex and 100% width in auto. Okay, so I'm going with div here. So here's the div. See inside the container here, but I'm going to make the flex, and here's the div. We're going to select the div here, and we're going to add a heading. We're going to add a subheading and a heading and a text like description for the hero section and 2 buttons. Okay, so we're going to add the heading and basic text and another basic text and another basic text, and we go to the div. We make it row here. It's column, sets column vertical. So we hit this. See it's lines, very beautiful. So we hit the container. We want to make it in middle. So we go to the container, the parent. Don't do it here. We can do it here, like center here, but I prefer for better use and workflow, you do it from here. Okay, so we hit here center, and we hit here center to make the heading and the text center here. So first we want a sub heading here and a heading and basic text and 2 buttons. So why I choose a heading first? I choose the heading first because the SEO. Okay, so always start with each one and goes paragraph, stuffs like that for a better SEO. So how we can take this subheading above the heading, I will show you how. So you go to the subheading here, same as subheading, subheading. Let's name it. There's people who name it div and span and stuff like that, but I prefer to name it like paragraph here. And how to move it to make it the first one appears above the heading. So we go to the style and scroll down on the layouts. You see here the order. All of these are in default in 0 order. So we go here and make it -1. You see it goes up. But in the hierarchy here, it says 2. So this is a better SEO level of aligning the children and making the heading first, but in the front end says and shows the subheadings first. So okay, we go to the heading here and let's name this is a heading for bricks course. Okay. And remember that we select each one and let's make it a bit bigger. So let's make it something like 40 or 4.5 rem. Okay. And the subheading will be 1.8 rem. Okay, and here the texts we will grab lorem ipsum. Let me grab some here, just dummy text. Okay, let's name it paragraph. Choose the HTML tag and let's go here. This will be a button. Always assign the tags first, then style it and put your text or your stuff here, but remember always assign the HTML tag so you don't forget it, because it doesn't go with the CSS classes or anything like that. So assign it first and let's name the button here contact us. Okay, this will be a button. And let's just go with one button right now. And you see here we go to the parent again and we hit the center to make everything center. Okay, so we don't forget about it and all of the children will be center here. So let's style this one 1.8 rem. Maybe that's a lot, maybe 1.6 rem. Okay, the family, let's hit the parent also here and give it enter, and let's give the each one here more font weight, and the subheading here let's give it something like 500, and the button also let's give it like 500, and let's make it to rem. Let's style the button really fast. So we want to add the padding, so we go to the layouts and padding here, and let's make it the same as also here's would be 1.5 rem. Assign the opposite length here and make 2 rem here. Okay, let's give it border radius, so we hit border, so 1.2 rem, and assign it to all the rounds of the button, and give it background of white here or gray white. Okay, let's check it. You see here we have a bit like hero section here, so let's me just let's make it here. Okay, and we want right now to make texts align with the heading so it looks nice. So we go here to the parents and we go to the layouts and give it a width here. So we're going to give it a max width so it doesn't go beyond that. So here we are not going to use a pixel or a rem or anything like that. We're going to make and we're going to use ch stands for characters. It's used in when you're going to give a width for the text, so we give it something like 80 character. You see here maybe 90 character, okay, 95 characters, like 88 character, okay, 85 character. Okay, this looks more cleaner and more, see here difference, it's better this way. And let's give it a gap here between those. We can see here Brix gives a default margin when there's like two paragraphs, so we're going to make it 0 here, and we go here and give it a gap. How are we going to give it? We're going to use the flex here, not going to use the padding or margin or stuff like that. Let's make it more cleaner. So we go to row gap and we hit here free rem, but you see here it gives it to all the elements here, but we don't want to, doesn't look good here, so we're going to make these inside rabbit inside of dev. Okay, so it gives, so it will be give the gap as a one element here. So we go here to the heading and we inside of like block or dev, let's make the block here, and you see here the heading got inside of block here, so we grab the subheading and make it here, and you see got in one, wrapped in one block. So let's do the same here to make it center, because this is the parents of these, the direct parents for these. Okay, right now it looks much nicer, as you can see, much cleaner. So I want to add another button here, but the problem here, you see, if we add another button it goes down. We want it to be beside of it. So how we do that? We wrap it again inside of block, but I prefer to do it in dev, so we convert it to dev here and sign this with this in dev and go to the dev give you a block, not the flex, so we choose the flex and we go to the column gap here and give it free rem, and you see it's got gap and looks nice. Okay, it looks clean and beautiful. So let me add another, don't want it to look like this, so we're going to use, you can use a background here, and we go here to the parent of all of these, or we can give it to here and we make all the colors white. But I'm not going to use the black here like this. Let's make it a bit beautiful. So we hit this section here because it's got all the width here and all the children, because it's the parent and the wrapper of all children and the wrapper of this chapter, hero section. We name it here, forgot about it, so hero section, can name it like hero. So we going to use a gradient, it's the same, just meshed colors here. So we're going to use the white and we add another color, this gray, and I'm going to add another color, I will choose black. Okay, and we're going to make it radial. See here, but let's choose here like this gray and maybe this gray. Yep. Okay, and let's make our section here. We can give it to difficult, so it's got in the default will be got the height of this hero section, not squeezed like this. So we go to the max height here, or the height, and give it 100 VH. It stands for view height. So going to center it. Okay, let's go with the center, and you can see here right now here it's got like gradients and it looks better. Let's do something else here to the heading, so it's got aligned with the background we did here. The heading, we can, let's go to the heading here. Okay, and we can, let me close these. We can make it transparent and sticky. And how is that? So we go to the manage here, and we go to the template settings, and we have the header, and you see here sticky header. Just use the sticky header here and you're good to go. So let's go to the page. You can see let's check it. Oh, I forgot about that. We need to, let me change it really quick here. Okay, let's go to, don't have the, just me go to here. Let's go back to remove the color, the background in the header, because I forgot about it. So let's remove it here like this. Make sure that's aligned to sticky. Okay, let's go to the page. Okay, let's see. And as you can see here, it's aligned with the gradient that we did. It looks nice this way. And we got, let's change this one to learn more. Okay. And it looks nice. So here's how you can make this hero section and make this header, but we want to, we can change the size of the text here from each breakpoint here. Make like this one 30 rem for mobile, and this one will be 1.5 rem, and text will be 1.4 rem, something like that. And you get the idea here, but I don't use this. I don't recommend to use this. We're going in future lessons that we can change it and make the calc or the clamp, but right now we don't to go a bit deep here, so we want to focus on creating her section here to make it simple. So we're going to make another here section like a photo here or image, and the text will go here. But going to use the grid here. The best way you can use this layouts, best go to with the grid. So how we do that? So we go and you see here all of them are in this div, so we're going to add another block or div. Let's add a block here. Okay, and inside of the container, so these are the children of the container, and we go to content and we hit the row here, and you see it's got 2 columns here. Okay, so in the container here we're going to change the display to grid, and this is for the flex if you want it, but we're going to use the grid. So we hit the grid here and you see it's on rows, so we go here in the grid builder. Bricks makes it really easy for grids, so we hit the column here and make it 2, and you can see here. So we want to go to the layouts, and the width will be 100% and the height will be 100%. Okay, or let's leave the height as it is for now. Okay, and this block will be image, second column, and let's add inside of it an element of image. So we choose the element here, image. Okay, so the image elements difference from the block and the div, but we'll go through all of these later. HTML tag will be figure. You can change here to cover or container or whatever. So but right now we want just to select the image, so we hit select image. Let's see the images that we have. Okay, I have this one, let's use this one, and here the resolution or image size, always make it full so you get the crisp and the better look on the image. And we hit the container again to align its children's, so we go here and in content, not this, sorry, where it is, why it's not centering, very strange. Okay, let's make it center here, and we go to this one for the content, name it content, and make it center like this. Okay, and there you go. You see here we got a bit of problem here, but you see here we got 2 columns. Hero section, let me just fix or we can go here and move this one, give it here 100 or 120. We just did it here sticky. We can go back to the header and remove the sticky so it doesn't go in each other's. But overall you see here we got, tell you what, let me just fix this one. Let me go to the header, go to the header from this templates, and going to remove the sticky header. Okay, can remove it and go back. We can do the same gradient here, or we can do the gradient on all the sides, but for now let's just make it simple again and go to the background here and make it black. Okay, and go back to the page and we choose the page here, the home page, or the page that have the hero section that we made. So here it is. Let's go back here to the section. Let's remove the padding and let's make it like this. So make it a line. You see here we got a hero section or photo here, image, and content here, and we got the header here. It's pretty simple, you see it. We just added another block and children on container and make it grid and make it beside of each others. You can use this one for the hero section, or you can use the previous one. I want to add another just simple thing, so we go to the gradient here and we go to the position and the custom, so this gray background color will go behind the content here, so we're going to use 20%, and you see it, this is much better right now. So I hope you didn't get confused here and you understand me, because as you can see the English is not my first language, but I try really hard to deliver the knowledge here. But overall, here is how you can do the hero section in 2 columns and in 1 row column. Got the contents. You can choose wherever you want to do with these, and this is just a simple ways to get started in the bricks. You can go to the elements, and in the next videos we're going to use the other elements here in future tutorials. Follow up these lessons, and I hope so you learned something new here. And if you got any questions or you want to ask about anything, feel free to comment down below or contact me on my email, and I will give it you a good answer for all your questions and reply to you. So thank you for watching, and hope you learned something new here. As usual, if you learned, you can like and subscribe. This really helps so we can make more videos like these. Overall, thanks for watching and see you in the next time. Bye.